Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the world. This is the Heard You Sis podcast. I am Dany, and you are?
I'm Kilz.
Hey guys, I know we missed a week. You know, we needed to take a little break. You know,
Life fucking happened.
You know, we gotta get back to ourselves. But we wasn't gonna keep y'all waiting too long. How was your week?
Okay, so basically I am taking classes and it's like a course, and so I just started. It's pretty good so far. And we'll see how it goes. But you know, I haven't done the whole studying thing in a while, so it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like you
get
lax. I might smoke a blunt, you know what I'm saying? Or like I might be chilling and it's like, damn, like I gotta study today, or I can't be doing this type of shit or whatever. So I mean, that was it. I was excited about that. How was your week?
My week was actually pretty good. I am feeling pretty good. Like, you know, I've really been on this like wave of like, listen, energy has to be protected right now, and
especially in the summertime,
like,
girls.
It's too hot. It's been a very like reflective week. I had my first therapy session today.
Okay.
Which is very like, you know.
How did that go?
It was just more of like an intake kind of like session. So my next
dig too deep.
Not too deep yet. We'll see. I want to see where they're gonna start unpacking a lot of I guess whatever emotions I have down there.
Do you feel like because you know, growing up being Black, like going to a therapist was always like a stigma, and it's like, oh, you don't need to talk to nobody, telling these fucking people our business, you know, shit like that,
or talk to God.
Yeah,
I understand.
God ain't talking back now, and
no,
I need some.
I wouldn't even necessarily say that God is not talking back. I just feel like, hold on, girl, you got your view, I got mine. It's just, I just think that you need to unpack some of this stuff. Like, you need to actually talk to a human being. Not saying that, you know, God is not good enough, because he's definitely great, but I'm just saying, like, you need to talk. You actually need to talk to somebody to get a little bit clarity. Like, never said you can't ask for help. Like,
but do you feel like you felt like that? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
felt like I just feel like I need to learn how to better communicate in all aspects, not only.
I didn't know if you wanted to just delve deep into it, but I'm saying
no. I'm just gonna graze the surface. I just want to learn how to communicate better in all aspects of my life. And this is a transparency moment, because I started off doing the podcast talking about on August 12th, I'm getting married. I better have a ring, and I have to really be realistic and say, like, you know, do I want to marry somebody that I forced to be engaged to me? Like, I want him to naturally do it. So the deadline is off, y'all. Deadline is off. Fuck.
She is still with her man. She is not crying, which is
I'm not
a good
crying.
thing,
I'm not broken or nothing like that.
Shit.
But I just wanted to have it, because I always say, I've been saying this since the beginning of the time.
You know what, too? I ask myself sometimes, what is the balance between letting a nigga just make his moves on his own to, like, nigga, you not gonna Jim Jones and Chrissy me, like, you know what I'm saying?
You see, that's my fear. It's like, you not gonna Jim
nigga.
Jones me, bitch.
Yeah, you just gotta trust. I think that's maybe.
And you know what, like, and that's what I believe relationships should really be based on, that natural trust. And, you know, you can definitely see when your nigga's not going down that line. I'm not saying that.
That is very true.
You can tell when your man is not going that
still
route.
Fighting bitches. It's 6 years later. You know what I'm saying? Baby mama's still pulling up to your crib.
There's certain things that I feel like in a relationship, you got to take some, you got to leave some. You got to come together. So that's that.
That is true. I do want to say something that my mom told me that we talked about yesterday. Is that, you know, she's been with my dad for 30 years. I think
Black love, y'all, and
they've been married for about
Black
27
couple, okay?
or whatever, and they're like happy. They're not like you're my roommate type of situation. But she told me, like, you know, and this is a gem for, I guess, all unmarried people, there are things about, your significant other that you're really not going to like. And you just have to decide, not going to like, but there are things that, you're not going to, this person's not perfect. So there are things that you have to take. So you just have to figure out what are those things that you just really don't mind dealing with. Like, okay, when he comes home, does he just strip out of his clothes and just drop them where he left them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you okay with that? Are you okay with if he left a dish in the sink? Like, are you okay with these little things?
Yeah, it's
not big things, but just little things.
This, like I said, there are things that in both aspects, each significant other is gonna hate. Like, so I definitely agree with what your mom says. And she has not been married for 30 years for no reason. It's because
I think it's like 27, 26. I don't know, girl, but it's decades.
Yes,
girl.
Listen, shit, beautiful black couple.
I ain't even close to that.
So let's jump into what's the word.
What's the word, y'all? Okay, I wanted to talk about Tabitha Brown. She is like a influencer of the older persuasion. She's like maybe, I don't know, like maybe in her 40s, 50s.
Yes.
Okay.
She's giving like mid 40s, but she looks like,
she just looks amazing because
great.
Black don't fucking crack.
Great.
But I think that so basically she's like an influencer or whatever, and she seems really genuine and nice. Like when I speak about people that I don't know, I just sometimes I just feel a vibe. So basically, she has, with social media, she was able to, gain more wealth. And so she was able to retire her husband. And Wendy Williams, like, literally came for her, like, try to tear her to shreds. Like, why would you do that or whatever? And we all know Wendy's miserable. But you can't judge everybody's dynamic,
Absolutely. Like, I completely agree with that. First of all, I commend her for doing that because a lot of women in this day and age is like, I'm not doing nothing for my man. My man not doing this. I'm not doing all that. Come on. What works for you?
People forget that.
Exactly. What works for you? If they genuinely have real love and she like, he gave up his dreams for me so I could, and he took this job so I could live with my dream. I'm going to do the same for you. That is what y'all supposed to be doing. It's not supposed to be a 80 and all the time.
And it's not like I'm retiring him and he's trying to be a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to do a nonprofit, and I thought it was really disrespectful for Wendy to project how she feels. This is why when you got a man and they be like, oh, you getting advice from your single friends? That bitch don't even got no man. Like, that type of energy or whatever. She was giving that energy.
Definitely giving that energy.
Yeah, like, okay. Like, I don't know.
Listen.
Would you retire your man?
Yeah. If my man is willing, if my man has done something and sacrificed for me,
your husband.
My
That's
husband.
what she said, your husband.
Your husband. If your husband has done that for you, why can't you do it back? Like, I just don't believe in that dynamic of the man is supposed to give 100% all the time and the woman is not supposed to give at all.
That's true.
Come on. And the number one example of giving 50-50 is, from what I've seen, it's Ari and Moneybag. He gives, she gives. They both giving. They both giving.
True.
So
you have to pour into each other for
come
real.
on, like how do you expect the relationship to last? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, this is how I feel about that though. I trust that any nigga that I take his last name is not gonna, no, I know he ain't gonna be no bum. He's not gonna be no slouch. And like if I retire him, he's not just gonna be sitting on his ass rubbing his belly and eating TV dinners, girl. He's gonna get to the bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm helping him get to the bag, but he don't have to work.
But before I even retire him, what the fuck are you gonna do when you retire?
And my mom said, because my mom really loves, she really loves Tabitha, and she was like, yo, when he used to be on like their videos, he didn't seem happy. Like now that she retired him, he seems like really excited to be in it. Like he really be sitting there like, your man really stush. Like he stuck up like, okay, like I'm here, but I ain't really here. Like I'm just doing this because of you, babe. Like that type of vibe. He's really excited. So like, just don't judge other people's situation.
Yeah, definitely don't judge other people's situation. Let's get into your girl Sha'Carri though. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Are you teetering on the fence of...
Listen, I understand. They say rules are rules. Great. Rules are rules. That's all that is great and all. But y'all were fucking literally dragging her. Like, okay, cool. Like, slap on the wrist, keep it pushing. Like, her life is not over. Like, I definitely agree that rules are rules. She should have had better, I guess, judgment. But who gives a fuck? Like, if she accepted, she's accountable about what she did, we don't need to be sitting there beating her up like we her mother.
Really
We're not
she
her
didn't
parents.
say like, oh damn, what's a little weed? I only took a little puff. Like she literally was like, look, I was in a fucked up situation. I took a puff and then that.
Come
was
on, man.
But I do feel like, sis. That's anybody that smokes weed fucking knows. You ain't even try to.
You didn't do that was the first thing I said, bitch. Why didn't you do a fucking cleanse?
Like you ain't do nothing. Like you ain't even try, bro. Like I didn't literally.
Maybe all right. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she didn't think it was going to be. Nah, she said it was the week before.
Come on, she been through this before. Like when you train for the Olympics, this shit is like the army.
It's true.
Like you got to eat a certain way, you got to live a certain way, you cannot do too much or whatever. Like you feel me? Like when Michael Phelps was off season, he might have been in like the and that was the difference between that. A lot of people were comparing them like, oh, he was smoking weed, but he did it after he got the medal. Like
he did it after he got the medal, and he did get suspended. So we cannot sit here
after the medal. So it didn't affect him. She did it like midway. Like okay, damn girl, I just wearing that race. Whoo, that blunt was hitting. Like you feel me? Like that. That shit is crazy.
We do need to get into the fact. I don't think it's a race thing. I don't think it was a race thing. I think it was a rule thing. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, I do understand why people are saying, like, if it was somebody else, it'd be a slap on the wrist and they get away with it. I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody else. I understand what y'all saying.
White man. We can see that was the greatest contrast somebody could ever give.
Like, oh yeah,
he's a white man.
He got suspended. So we can't sit here and say that they don't penalize
the rules. Yeah.
Everybody. They penalize everybody across the board. Anybody that ever did drugs, they got eliminated, got whatever the case may be.
That's true. I just feel like I hope that she can move past this. But I also feel like we need to start changing these fucking ancient ass rules. Like,
oh yeah,
still people in jail. There's mad white people making money off of weed. There's black people too, but the majority is white people, and these are the same people that lock people up and benefited off of black people being in jail. And so to me, it's like, okay, this kind of relates to that too. Like, okay, she had an opportunity, but because like these antiquated laws are still into place, it's just like, or rules, whatever it is, I just feel like she didn't benefit in that way. So I feel like if they change that, because weed ain't nothing. Because if we make me tired, we make me sleepy, and I'm already a sleepy person. So
yeah,
that's how I feel.
I'm gonna keep my comments on that to myself.
Okay, I wanted to talk about, since we talking about shaking shit up, I want to talk about the Victoria's Secret meltdown.
The fuck happened with them?
Okay. It was the that lady. Remember that video?
Oh, you know what?
Yes.
I've been practicing. You put something in the chat the other day, like I wanted Cameron to try me because I've been practicing.
Yes,
yeah, I've been fucking practicing.
I'm ready.
I've been practicing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm conflicted between like recording, and I'm conflicted between beat that ass. You know what I'm saying? Because recording, because I know once I beat that ass, you going to definitely press charges. So should I get a little bit of recording of you attacking me first?
Yes, get the record. Because once
depending on where I'm at, I want the full. I could get the full footage, so I could think about this. Like, okay,
if I went anybody and be like, Miss, can you just record this? Because I'm just waiting for her to hit me.
Yeah,
just hit me. True. So I can just box this bitch back.
Let me get your phone number first, because next thing you know, the cops come, they got a warrant, they leaving, shit like that. You never get that video.
But that's the thing. Like, I feel like, how could you guys fucking sit there and act like she was the victim, like she was.
This is what
the
got
person
me tight. It was a white lady shopping with her friend, and she was like, just move away from her. And then in my mind, I'm like, you saw this from the beginning to the end, and you decided that it was okay for you to open your mouth. Bitch, you up next. How about that? I'm handing out ass whippings today. You feel me? 2 for $39 like these bras in this bitch. I am not playing any games.
Seriously, that doesn't make sense. It's like, I'm not gonna lie. The other day, I feel bad because he was a young boy, but I was having a bad day. And this little boy, he was having a problem with his bike, but he was a fucking rude ass little white kid. He was rude, and he was revving up his little dirt bike or whatever happened. And I saw him, and I just was walking out of Walmart. He just was in my line of view, and I saw him, and I'm walking away from him. I mean, my back is towards him. What you looking at? I turned and said, "Who the fuck you talking to?"
Okay.
Who are you talking
TikTok
to?
Got motherfuckers twisted.
I said, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but I will beat your ass. I'm sorry I threatened a little kid, God forgive me. But I was just like, I was mad and I was already annoyed. I was just like, y'all just think y'all could do whatever y'all want. Y'all cannot just do whatever y'all want. Like this is, you see these little bad kids turn into grown ass bad kids. Yeah. Fuck.
That is very true. And to me, ooh, y'all almost fell.
Bust that ass, girl. I'll be dying.
Yo. Yeah, like and I feel like people, they try you until you buck up. Like, for example,
Yo, he was silent when I told him I didn't even mean to threaten him. It just came out like, cause you see I've been practicing. And he just got it because I was just like, I was having a bad day already. I was frustrated, and then I just saw him online. Who are you fucking talking to, little boy? Who are you talking to? And it's not because he was only white, but even if a little black kid, who the fuck you talking to?
I don't think a little black kid would have did you.
This is what I'm saying. I have not had an incident.
So you at home
where
in
a
racist
random
camp. You in racist camp right now. You feel me? Like, that shit is crazy.
Ooh,
Oh, we have our guest here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. You know, black people, let me tell you something. Black people.
You are?
I'm 1,000 times hungover.
What's up, right?
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
He's 1,000 times hungover.
Okay.
Nah, yeah.
Oh, these pants is cute.
Thank you.
I'm dead. Okay, so we we was just filling in for, when our guest came. So you've never met Dany, but have you?
I feel like I...
Yes, we've met like very briefly. Like, we have a lot of like random connections. Like,
Yeah, like mutual friends.
yeah, a lot of mutual friends.
Okay, all right. So we brought. So did you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Say hi, Jordan.
Hi.
Sorry for being so late, y'all. My name is Cyrese, a.k.a. Tyrese, with a hairline. Tay Diggs in his heyday. Idris Elba in his prime.
Yeah.
Coke Culata, Mr. Chocolate Hennessy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
All right, so let's jump into it. So I know we're in July, but was it June? No, July.
It was July 4th, I believe.
Yeah,
It was.
July 4th.
Yeah.
That's when Litnic happened. So,
Yes.
When Litnic first started or whatever, it was always pretty big to me, but it just keeps growing. Like, it's really, it's going to take over the whole Prospect Park at this point. Did you want to talk about the curation of that? Like, how did it start?
So, how did it start? Litnic started, I guess, like, to put it from the beginning. So the Wave is my company. I own it with 3 of my friends or partners at this point. So it's 4 of us that run the Wave NYC. And Kyle Rhodes had came to us and said that he wanted to do like an event in the park. We're like, all right, cool, whatever. And obviously that takes like mad weird work because like carrying stuff into the park and like
especially Prospect Park.
And then the way in the part that y'all in is definitely like a walk.
And then like renting shit. And we had to with that place in the park specifically, we had to scout it because we had to make sure like I had enough space and whatnot. And at that point, it was like 6 years ago now when we first did it. But at that point, we were trying to make sure like we didn't get shut down by cops. We in like a weird spot, so
they can't really find y'all.
That's true.
Yeah. So then one of our partners, Greg, he had came with the name Litnic. We were like, all right, that's cool, I guess, whatever.
Nah, that is lit though. I could fuck with that name.
I mean, the first one,
because I think that's when Lit just came out, like the word.
Had just
like,
come out. Okay, like.
So the first one had like I'd say like 100 people, maybe like a little more than that. Nothing crazy, definitely under 200. And it was cool. Everybody had a good time. Everybody bought their blankets. We partied, played music, played it till like late in the night.
I think that was the
dark.
first time. I think that was the first.
I did more of like a walk by on the first one. It was like, I was there for like 20, 30 minutes.
I remember we had a blanket.
Because it's to the point now, I'm like, I'm there in the dark. Like, damn, I can't even find my
Yeah,
I can't find
putting
shit.
fucking shish kebabs on the grill. Like,
I'm not gonna hold you.
It's crazy.
I learned by like year 4. Like, nah,
you better bring your own
niggas
fucking
bringing
food.
No, you don't have to bring your own food because they really have food available.
Nah, yeah.
You
Before
feel me? But
before we was really doing it like, like DIY. Like we were bringing our own grills and shit, and cooking for everybody because it wasn't like a huge crowd. You know, we could accommodate like free food for 50 some people.
Because I mean,
but now it's like, it's like exponential growth. So it was like 100, then it was like 250, then it was like 500, then it was like touching that 1,000 number. And then 2019 was a crazy year. It was maybe like 1,000 plus. And then we had one during the pandemic last year in August. Because we were going to do it on Juneteenth last year. Well, actually, like maybe like Memorial
Would y'all ever
Day.
change it?
What you mean?
Like the date? Like, would you ever change it to Juneteenth?
So the dilemma that happened with that was we were gonna do like Memorial Day that time, and I was like, nah, pandemic's happening, it's gonna be too crazy, people dying, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then like we saw like people like doing parties in pandemic. I'm like, nah, you know, like Litnic's gonna be big, we probably shouldn't do it. Then Juneteenth came around, we were like, yo, let's do Juneteenth, you know, because the pressure in the city, especially around like all the police brutality and like anti-black shit was going on and pro-black shit that was going on. We were like, yo, let's do it on Juneteenth. We can make it something special. We were like, nah, let's not do it because of the pandemic.
I'm not gonna lie though,
But
like
we kept pushing it back. But then we kept seeing people do stuff on those
Yeah.
days and not getting no flack for it. So we were like,
but to me, I
Alright,
think
fine,
I
let's do
like
it.
the fact that it's on July 4th is because, first of all, that's really not our holiday. Let's talk about
Okay.
that.
Alright,
Like,
it's
you
not.
feel me? Our July 4th is
It's
on
not.
Juneteenth. But I feel like it's like a fuck you, you know? Like a
Yeah.
fuck this Independence Day. So I think
Yeah.
it really works out that
Yeah.
it's like, you know, on July 4th. Like
Yeah.
it really does.
For sure, I think that too. We did want to do it on Juneteenth, but there was another event that had like a similar name and like in a similar place. So it was like a weird conflict of interest. So like it was a strange thing going on. And we didn't want people to get confused. Like a lot of people thought we were throwing it. So that was like a big confusion there.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that's not okay. We
Yeah.
cannot mix the
So,
two. I didn't
mean,
come
I'm
this
seeing
year,
now.
but-
I just seen a flyer for like Bike Nick. I seen a flyer for like the Jersey Litnic.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Not the
And
Jersey Litnic.
I
Nah,
really
yeah.
think that y'all should, like, you know,
It's trademark.
Trademark.
please,
Oh, I was about to say
thank you,
that.
because I'm like,
I'm
because these
feeling your
people, they
vibe.
be
Nah,
stealing.
it's trademark.
Yeah,
So,
but you also like.
unfortunately they'll have.
Do you
to
feel like it was
trouble.
easy to throw Litnic? Because I feel like you, or did it like transition you into throwing parties? You also throw parties as well.
Yeah. So we were throwing parties before we did Litnic. So Litnic was just like some free shit we did because obviously we charged for everything else.
What is it? It's Shemansky. That's how you pronounce it.
So yeah, now I have a residency at Shemansky.
Oh, wow, that's dope.
Had it since 2019, like before the pandemic. So every Saturday, that's the Simply Shimmy crew. It's me, Israel Hoffman, and Proper Etiquette. So we do that every Saturday.
Okay.
And we just had
Is your Litnic crew involved in that too?
not in that one though.
No, the Wave. I'm sorry.
Oh no, the Wave isn't involved in the Simply Shimmy weekly events.
Okay.
But when we do like bigger events in Shemansky, I usually bring like the rest of everybody over from the Wave.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's dope.
So like last night we had our first Shemansky party since COVID.
How did it go?
It was crazy.
Well, you said he was hungover, so
Yeah, he did.
I was hurting.
That is true. Like, oh
And,
my
like,
god.
It's one of those things you can't leave until it's over because I gotta make sure like I gotta talk to
Oh,
management
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
So I was
yeah.
there until like 4:20.
Damn.
Okay.
I hold you.
So how did you so I want to get into your name. How did you come up with like Cyrese? Like
It's actually a funny ass story.
okay.
My last name is Cyrus. I went by Cyrus for a long time. But there was a picture of me and my homegirl Carla, and at the time Carla's like really pretty, light skinned. At the time she had a bald head. We took a picture together at a party, and my boy Baz, shout out to Baz, he was like he said Cyrese and Amber Rose. So like he was playing like on Tyrese the name.
Yeah.
And I had been joking that I'm Tyrese for mad long.
Okay.
So I was like, damn, that's a good ass name.
So it just
And then niggas
sucked.
was like, yo, nah, that's a fire name, bro. You should just change your name to Cyrese. I'm like,
Facts. And you say that
"You're
shit
right."
with confidence too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You feel
He
me?
said he said he's Tyrese with a hairline.
He he really don't got no hair, y'all.
He really don't got no hair.
Now that I think about it, like, damn, I never seen this nigga with no hair. Like,
I don't think I ever seen Tyrese.
Never.
I'm talking about guest appearances on Moesha, nothing. Like, he
Can
literally.
somebody send us a picture of Tyrese with hair, please?
Like, I have
That's
never,
bad
not even for a role. You know how some people get skinny, fat. Like,
Yeah,
he
nope.
never even did that for a role.
Never.
That's funny.
So, like, all right, speaking on your name, you feel me? You know, saying that you're dark skinned, you refer to, like, you know, your AKAs with other dark skinned guys. Do you feel like you've always been confident in your skin tone?
Hell no, definitely not.
Really?
Okay.
Being dark skinned in like early 2000s was not valid.
That's
It
a fact.
was-
Growing up, especially middle school and shit like that.
Ooh.
I don't rock it with dark skin. So it took it. I guess it took a minute. I guess I just got lucky. I'm just like tall.
Yeah.
I had like, you know, other things besides being dark skinned. But nah, it's dead ass though. So like it was weird. It was weird too, because like obviously like your parents is still like mad positivity in you or whatnot.
Right.
Do you feel like your parents did?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Because you can't help without the outside world. Like, even though your
Yeah.
parents could say a lot of things to you, you could try to be the most confident, but when the world is hitting you with jabs and uppercuts about...
Facts.
Yo,
you
it's
know,
so
shit like that,
hard
it's,
to
like,
just
really hard to
embrace.
be like,
Did you-
oh, my mother said I am blue, I'm black and beautiful.
and then you go back to
Like,
thinking. Then you go back to the thinking. It's like she's gonna tell me that it's my mom.
yeah, that's how you
Yeah.
feel.
So
like.
it's definitely hard to cope with that. But that's great that you know you've come into yourself. You're like fuck it, like
Nah,
you know,
yeah,
fuck it,
You gonna stay to me now, like,
whatever the
we,
case may be.
I think we as like a culture hit a point where like trying to like talk down on like skin tone was just a bad
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
that's
like once we
deeply
hit
rooted
that,
into, like-
and it was like, all right, it was like, oh yeah, I'm actually really good looking.
Yeah.
And I feel like it took a while though, because that is a part of slavery. You know what I'm saying?
just-
like
it's like-
playing black people's skin tones against each other or whatever. Like, oh, you acting light skin, you just
Yeah.
like little things like that or whatever.
But you know what's crazy? It's like it's in our psyche. Like it's hard to break those. I was actually talking about that the other day. Like I literally hate when people be like, oh, I don't want to go in the sun because I don't want to get any darker. What? The fuck? Like what the fuck is
what's
going
gonna
on here?
happen to
Like
you?
what the fuck is going on here?
You'll be all right.
yeah, like, you gonna live.
Like,
You act like that shit is really gonna burn you alive. You feel me?
like
And
come
so-
on.
I mean, some people got their preference. I mean, it is what it is.
you can have your preference. You know what? I'm not gonna
Just
lie.
don't down the other.
Don't down it. Listen, I like being toasted. Listen, any chance I get, put me in the sun.
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, I feel like we have, as a people, I do agree with that we have like come to a point where like, you know what, like I think we're all beautiful. Like we don't have to separate.
Oh yeah, we
each
don't have
other.
to separate.
Social media, I think, also help with that too.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah,
Like it definitely did. It's like, okay, now we're like, I'm seeing people like really highlighting a lot of like, you know, dark skinned men or like even black men, period. Like, you know, bringing them up. But
Yeah.
I think it was definitely tougher for like dark skinned girls too, for sure.
Oh,
that's a fact.
absolutely.
that is a fact. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Back in the day, they had all kinds of names or whatever in
Facts.
school. I never thought that was okay. Like, I'm just not somebody who thinks that bullying people is okay or whatever. And I feel like there's jokes, but it's like, okay, you're going a little too far. You know what I'm saying? So I was never okay with stuff like that or whatever. And my parents have always been like pro-black. So it's like,
Yeah. So being that you know you're now into yourself and all of that, so how is it like being a model? Like I've seen like.
would you call
several-
yourself a model? Because
Yeah,
you've
would
done
you- would you?
real model shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I don't. In my brain, I don't consider myself a model.
Okay.
Some people do. And I do modeling jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a weird industry.
Okay.
So like, I mean, obviously it's about like looking good, like on picture, but it's like a lot of like weird vanity that goes on, especially like the people that like in the industry and like how they treat people who are models or like where they go. It's a lot. It's like real like shady stuff. It's the same thing with music, really, but I have more of a passion for music than modeling.
Okay.
Okay. Do
So,
you feel like
yeah.
that helped though? Like you doing music, did that help you with modeling, or like do they coincide in any way?
I don't know if they've coincided yet. I don't know if they connected.
Okay.
Really.
And like, how did you do? So I know you did the shoot for Dapper Dan.
Right.
How was that?
That was
'Cause that
cool.
was history, right?
Yeah,
there.
That's
yeah,
You
definitely
were definitely
history.
a part of history.
It was-
Yeah.
it was
They tried
crazy.
him.
You don't really yeah, because it's weird. You don't really notice how like you don't realize how crazy something is in the moment until like afterwards. But yeah, that was definitely like, not to sound crazy, it was definitely like a legendary moment.
Yeah, no, for real. Like,
Literally, that's some legendary shit.
They tried to smite him, like,
Definitely.
Like,
And it was like a one-off, so like the collection he has, I think you could still get like some Dapper Dan Gucci stuff.
Really?
did you get to keep some stuff?
Nah, I wish.
That is disrespectful.
They was like, yo, when I put the shades on, we were doing the fit, and they were like, those look great on you. We gonna try and get you those. I'm like, I bet.
Nothing.
Niggas, they give me shit.
Damn, that's
I was
fucked
waiting
up.
for it too. I was like, yo, come on. But it was cool though. I got like 2 big copies of like the magazine we're in.
Oh,
So
wow.
I ain't gonna hold you. Better like, what is like laminated or
I
something?
did.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did. I
That's
got it like in the
together, like-
table.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
when you get, I don't know if you want to have kids, but when you get older, you be like, you know,
Yeah, this
look
was
at,
me.
look
nigga.
at daddy. I was in
I'm gonna
this.
talk my shit.
Like, yeah, this was me. Like,
Yeah.
nah, you was dead ass a part of history with that.
No, seriously, when I saw,
Thank you,
I was
thank
like, yo, this is so fucking dope. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Shout
so-
out to my homegirl Cindy. She actually had sent my photos. Cindy and Andre Uncut. Big shout out to Andre Uncut because she had hit me up, said, hey, they're doing a casting for this Dapper Dan Gucci thing. And like,
She just sent your photos.
no, so she contacted me. It's one of my homegirls. She used to do casting. She's like, hey, they're doing casting for this thing. Send some photos that like are in this kind of
Realm, okay.
yeah. So I was like, shit, I don't really got none. So I'm like looking through photos trying to find something. Can't really do it. So I hit up Andre Uncut. He's like a specialist in like early 90s photography, videography.
Okay.
So I had pulled to his, I hit him. I was like, yo, trying to get this thing for Dapper Dan. Gotta do the shoot. What could we do? He was like, yo, pull up. I got you. He's like a real, like, he lives in the 90s. Like his
I'm
brain-
not gonna lie. Like, I follow him on Instagram, and
I
let
feel
me
like
tell
the
you,
name
Yeah.
is very familiar.
His shit is so nostalgic and
Fact.
fire. Like,
Fact.
it's like he really brings it back to life. And I'm a video person, so when he be doing his, he took a, I think he's taking a little break on the videos.
He shot our Litnic video, our recap.
Oh,
video.
wow.
So like it went crazy on Twitter too. It's like 100,000 fucking.
That's
plays.
dope.
That is great. Like, no, seriously, he's amazing. So like, continue.
Yeah.
the
So
story.
when I went to his crib, he already had like Dapper Dan made outfits.
Wow.
How though? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So he had like a yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah, like, how do you just got that in the?
Cause I had like
That's
I had, like,
destiny
this-
right there.
I had like this MCM jacket that I was gonna wear. He was like, yo, I got something a little better. So the one he had was like an actual Dapper Dan
Original creation?
yeah.
That's
Get the
fucking
that he
dope.
had got made.
That's crazy.
So it was like Gucci with Dapper Dan on the back of the jacket.
Damn.
So I wore that, had like a Kango bucket. And yeah, we did a photo shoot like in his hallway. It was real like made sure everything looked like it was straight out the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sent those in and they was like, yeah, we want them.
Wow.
That was definitely
But now I'm not. Your
Definitely
homegirl
like a
was
master-
clutch as fuck for that.
facts.
Clutch.
That was
She
a
was just like,
three-way like master plan.
He
That's
would
what
be
I'm
nice on
saying.
it.
Like that's like it's literally like destiny. Like
Yeah.
to have that whole setup and then
That
you
is
know
true.
like
It just worked.
it just worked.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's
Nah,
dope.
fuck
So
with that.
I know you were saying that you have more of a passion for music. How did you necessarily get into? Because I actually listened to a couple of your tracks and I was
Yeah,
like,
they
okay.
download on my phone. They actually,
Yeah, I'm
you know
like,
how some
okay, you-
people, they do. They have music. It'd be like, all right,
All right, I'm
come
gonna just
on.
support them, and then you
This shit is whack.
and then you actually hear the music, and you're like, "Oh shit, I fucking like this song." Like,
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
usually the reaction I get, which is funny. Because
Yeah.
it's music has such like a rappers or singers, whatever the case may be, have such like a negative connotation behind it because everybody does it, and there's a lot of bad shit.
yeah,
It is.
People be like, "Oh, you rap? Oh, okay, whatever."
No, because niggas be like, you be sitting there, y'all probably smoking or whatever. Niggas be like, I could do this shit, and then the next day they really doing it, but it's like,
we were just joking. We were just playing. We were just playing.
but it sound good though. Like, some people.
No.
doesn't-
Yes. You actually, we actually like went back and forth in the chat. I was like, "Oh shit, this shit actually sound real good."
Yeah,
like,
I sent them, I'm like, oh, this nigga do music now.
I was like, "Oh my god!"
Like,
It's like,
multifaceted. Like, what's going on here? So I'm like, all right, cool. But it was actually like a good song. So
yeah.
Thank you.
songs, you know.
Songs.
So I just,
So
how did you find your sound?
So my mother sings and my sister sings. And my sister, really incredible singer. She was like signed to Rough Riders like a long time ago.
Get out of
Wow,
here.
that's
So
dope.
my family's like been like in and out of the music industry for a minute. But I'm a lot younger than my sister, like 10 years.
Okay.
So I started rapping when I was like 10, just like, you know, regular
Playful
classroom
shit.
stuff, writing stuff. And then after that, like as like time evolved and like music evolved, it became like a sing rap. And then just like, you know, finding my bounce to like certain beats that I like. And then
How was your first studio session though?
I don't remember. My first studio session was probably awkward. I don't know.
You think so? Like
Yeah.
so, like your first song. What was the first song that you recorded? You can't remember?
The first song I ever recorded was probably Mad Trash. I don't know. I don't even remember it. Probably,
You know
probably-
what? That kind of transparency is so like.
But I thought it was fire though.
Okay. In that moment, you
Without
thought it
a
was
doubt,
fire.
at the moment, I thought it was OD fire.
Of course,
It
listen.
might have been at the time. You know when you listen to old shit, it's like this shit's not good.
You're like, why did I
Yeah.
do this?
yeah, but at the time it was. I don't know. I thought it was fire. I'm pretty sure it was trash though.
I did want to
I
ask
would
you.
love to actually hear it so we could tell you if it was trash or
Yeah,
not.
you gotta
it.
find that
I wish I
because,
could
like, you
find
know,
it.
when you pop with the music shit, it's like, okay, like,
Damn,
when I
like-
made this song, you know, how people throw it up on Twitter, like, yeah, damn, I
Yeah.
remember this song.
I remember
10
I
years
made
ago.
this song.
I remember I always had bars, but I had no flow back then.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You found
Yeah.
your sound.
You found
Yeah,
your
for sure,
sound.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's a fact. But like, since you throw parties and stuff like that, or whatever, do you ever feel like with females, do you feel like they get too drunk? Like, how do you feel like with consent wise?
Yeah.
Like, say somebody's like super sloppy drunk or whatever.
I mean, if somebody's super sloppy drunk, they just gotta go home.
That's what I'm feeling. Do you feel like you gotta go home on the male aspect?
Like if you're too sloppy drunk, like
I'm not a sloppy drunk. I
Okay.
get real drunk, but I'm a very controlled drunk. People don't really know when I'm drunk.
okay,
Okay.
But that's just me personally.
Nobody's trying to hold you up, carrying you out the club.
It's very rare. That hasn't happened to me since I was like when I was too young to drink. That's when it was happening to me.
okay.
But nah, I'm rarely ever like don't know what's going on.
Okay. Like you on point. You feel like you on point.
Yeah, and I have to be because especially if I'm throwing a party, I can't.
It does
be
look
the
a little
guy.
unprofessional.
I can't be.
Yeah.
I can't be the
Damn,
guy
we
that's
had this
crazy.
You
nigga to do a
can't.
little residency, and he over here just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Drunk as
sloppy.
fuck,
Do it.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, can't do that.
so. Well,
So yeah.
that makes a lot of sense though.
That is true because you got to be
Yeah.
in control. Like,
Yeah, you
know.
definitely have to be controlled.
Yeah, and most of the time I really be stressed out during the party.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
You think
just
so?
like-
I ain't gonna hold you. You be going around like, hey, what's up? You don't look
Yeah,
stressed, but maybe
yeah.
you are deep inside. But
Nah, I be
But
mad stressed.
you know what?
Yeah.
I actually have a very fond memory of you. So I remember like Kyle Rhodes, he had like this party on like New Year's, and it was in I don't know what kind of ballroom, and I think PB.
Yes.
What's his name? P&B Rock or what? I
oh
don't
yeah,
know.
that is his name.
Yeah, he had
I remember.
come or whatever, and we were having a very hard time. It was just hectic, like it was just so much going on. Like
Yeah.
he was really
That's how it
trying to
was.
have everything in control, and then you were like, "Yeah, make sure they taken care of," because we had a table, and I was like, "I'm feeling your vibe."
Do you feel like you would be like a? Do you feel like you should have like an event business? Maybe you should do that. You
I
ever
mean,
thought about
the
that?
wave is basically the event.
That is true.
Okay, cool.
So that's it's LLC is the wave group.
Okay.
So that's basically like our event curating business. So like all of our events we do through that. And then like I've branded myself more recently like as a host. So like I'll do stuff on the side and then bring everybody else in to do bigger
Okay.
stuff.
You feel like your parties are pretty chill, like.
They not chill.
'Cause I be seeing
Like, they're
bitches wilding,
crazy.
not wilding, but like they having the time of their life.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like I think like because parties get a little weird depending on who's having it, who's goes. But our parties are like you just come and you're just gonna have mad fun. Like the guys that come, they know there's gonna be girls. You know you're gonna find somebody you like. Hopefully she like you back. If not, deal with it.
right?
Yeah, I've
But
never been
it's
to.
usually just mad fun. It's like we've rarely ever had like altercations or fights or anything like that.
That
That's
is true.
dope.
Like it's never been like a bad vibe. So it's always just like make sure we throw good parties. Because the reason we started throwing parties was because like we were going out and we would go into these parties where like people were just jumping around like the whole party. It was like no girls dancing, rarely reggae playing, rarely dancehall playing. We were like, yo, I'm trying to dance at a party.
Yeah, like
So-
people don't do that anymore.
Yeah, so that was the whole reason we started throwing parties. It was like so we could have fun. So it was like the incentive behind it was good vibes.
I can't even lie. Like, they parties be looking fucking lit.
I'm
like,
not gonna lie too. Like thinking about like Litnic or whatever, I've never like have a guy come up to me. I'm like, ugh, he's a fucking creep. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I never
like-
felt that. I never felt uncomfortable. I never felt a bad vibe. Like, and I'm big on vibes. Like,
That's
I've
good, that's
never felt that. I've never felt like, damn, if I got drunk, you feel me? Like, you know, you gotta always be on point. But I never felt like, damn, I'm uncomfortable or anything like that. So I think that's really like unique.
right.
That's good.
That
That's good.
people feel like and I think other people feel like that too. Like it feels communal. Like when you guys throw parties. 'Cause you guys are like even before like the parties in like halls and like Litnic. You guys used to do like house parties, things
Yeah,
like that or
we
whatever.
started
And it was
with
always.
parties
I mean, y'all
in
still
my
do
apartment.
sometimes, but yeah, it's just a fact. So I just think like just having that vibe is really unique, and I think that that's something that you guys should really be proud of.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Like
Thank
it's
you,
a,
thank
it's a
you.
lot of
really,
creepy
really dope.
motherfuckers out here.
Nah, it is. You really can't control it for real. Like
Yeah, you really
don't
can't.
know who comes inside.
You really can't.
That is
You
very
really
true.
can't.
And niggas do be weird. They be mad weird.
But with Litnic though, how's the park cleanup thing going? Because I remember that first year they really tried to blast y'all. I think was it 2019?
Yeah,
was it-
so
2018.
no, it was last year. So
Yeah, it was last year. Cause
this is the sixth.
That shit was on. I think News 12. Brooklyn.
It was on
I
something.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was a lot. The music video I shot afterwards, we included that in it because we was like, we don't give a fuck about the fucking.
Yeah, I seen it.
So this is the 6th year that we did it. So it's the 7th Litnic, but the 6th year because we did
Okay.
2 in 1 year.
okay.
So last year was the first year we got flack for anything. Well, last year pandemic. Last year was pandemic, right? Yeah. Last year was the first year because usually what happens when we do the event is July 4th. So like the park itself is
It's
usually
crazy.
going.
It's-
Yeah, it's usually crazy. So like if you go like anywhere in Prospect Park like early in the morning after July 4th, there's like trash everywhere because people
Cold, all of
barbecuing
that, yeah.
everywhere. People parked up, people partying, people fireworks. So it's never been an issue before that. I think what ended up happening last year was because of COVID, the park didn't have staff. So they were incredibly understaffed. So usually they come around, they'll like with their trucks and they'll bring garbage bags and pass them out. They'll give it to us
Yo.
to like pick up stuff. But they only came around like once and it was one truck and they passed the garbage bags out like one time. So obviously it just looked crazy after that.
Yeah.
So it was like there was trash everywhere because we couldn't pick it up and because the park wasn't there to pick it up.
Oh.
So I think like
Yeah, that
It was like-
highlighted
it
Y'all
was
on
like
their radar.
some-
I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah, it was like
Definitely on-
some white lady that came like early in the morning to walk her dog and she was like, I can't believe they did this to the park. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a fact. She was destroyed. Like, all right, girl. chill the
Yes.
fuck out.
Yeah, so we had went back that morning to help clean up. Like help the park clean up. And then this
So
year
do you
we
want to
just
make that
went-
like
went
a
above and beyond.
community service initiative, maybe?
Yeah, so on my page, I had posted that if you want, because the Prospect Park specifically, they have like a post-holiday cleanup day because they know
know that.
themselves like the entire park gets trashed. Not trashed, but like it just looks crazy because people from everywhere in Brooklyn and Prospect,
coming, right.
That's a
yeah.
fact.
And it's just not. They have people to come around and clean, but you can volunteer to go and clean.
Oh,
So
wow.
I posted that you could sign up for this day. It was on the following, I think Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. You can go back and clean. We went there Monday too to clean up our part of the park.
Did it look bad? I mean, because with people, period, any party you have, it's gonna look crazy.
Yeah,
Like with
but-
random people, like if it's
Yeah.
your friends or
Yeah,
something
of
like that, you
course.
know that they're gonna
Definitely,
help
yeah.
out. But like it's just random people, they're having a good time. They're not thinking like, oh yeah, like I
me
see
pick up
that
my
feel
Rexy
on the
cup.
Well,
ground.
let me pick it up. Like,
Yeah.
Cups and
Yeah.
bottles. Yeah, they're not thinking
But-
that.
Yeah, not at all. Especially like if you go to like an actual party, like inside.
Looks
If you were to
terrible.
like, if you were stand there like after it's over and look at what it looks like, it looks insane.
it looks
does.
nuts.
You're like,
does.
I
It
don't wanna
looks
clean
it
this
looks
shit.
completely nuts.
But it does what time do you feel like it's like over? Because like it be like the last ending hours. It's like, damn, I don't want to go home, but it's dark. But it's like you be so conflicted. Like
because this year it was so many people. Like this year it was because last year we definitely had like 1,500, maybe 2,000. This year it was well over like 6,000. It was just like a sea of people just dancing.
Wow, 6,000 people.
It was crazy. It looked like a concert.
a lot of people.
So
Yeah, wow. So this is Akila's favorite part of the show. We do like a would you rather every episode, just to lighten the mood when
all
we're
right,
about to.
let me take my shades off for this.
Yeah,
It's just a would you rather.
it's a would you rather. She said she has something special for you today. So
This is the music edition.
ooh, okay, all right, cool.
Since you're artiste, you know. Okay, boom. Tyrese or Jaheim?
Tyrese,
Okay.
for sure.
You feeling a little biased over there?
Are
or
you
what?
Yeah,
biased?
for sure.
Okay.
Without doubt.
Because Jaheim got hits.
Yo,
Though.
Nah, he
Jaheim
do.
definitely got
But
mad
my
fire.
sweet lady is that fire. Though. You know what I'm saying?
Sans
That's the
fire.
one.
What about you?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Jaheim. He just
Really?
got a little bit more fire for me. Like,
I think he got like 5 songs.
no, he don't got 5 songs. He got mad songs.
I think he got like 5.
I think Jaheim got like 3 songs.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all really-
What's
Alright.
the songs he got?
Huh?
What's the songs that he got, Jaheim?
I have to actually name them.
no,
'cause I don't
no,
know the
no.
actual names. I just when the song come on, you start
Nah, yeah.
like you just know the
I
words.
haven't heard Jaheim in a minute. I'm not.
Yo,
I
literally, the
haven't
reason
heard
why I
Tyrese
say he
in a
got
minute
fire
either.
is because I remember one time I was listening to this playlist.
He got Put That Woman First.
Put That Woman First is OD.
Anything. And I think that's it.
No,
And what's the one?
Finding My Way Back.
he got.
What's the one with the kids singing? The kids singing?
You.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
He got that.
he do. He do.
That's hard.
Coming from my side, he got
He
good.
Nah,
he
that's
got
hard,
hits.
that's hard.
What's the next? Would you rather? Come on, I
Niggas
already
is like,
proved
yeah,
my
I'm
point.
in now.
Come on, let's go.
112 or Jagged Edge?
I think it might have to be 112.
112.
I fuck with 112, but then when I be hearing Jagged Edge songs, I be like, what the fuck?
It's so
Fuck
they need
112. Like,
yo
You know what it is?
dead
Jagged
ass.
Edge. I was never like a OD Jagged Edge fan. My sister used to bump Jagged Edge in the crib like every day.
okay.
And it's not that I disliked them.
Okay.
It was just like it was like the black R&B group era. And
It
there was a
was.
lot of
It
other
was. It was
just,
niggas
like,
that was a little
overpopulated at that
more
time. I can understand that.
It was oversaturated, but it was like 112 just had it.
They definitely had.
They really did. And like the features they had, I think
112
because
had
it-
the
I'm
bounce.
beat.
Like, they had like that.
They did.
I'm telling you,
Yeah, they had
Yeah, they
that.
did.
They had
definitely
that
had a
sauce.
good little vibe.
Okay. I guess I'll go with them too. Mary J. Blige or Mariah Carey?
Mary J. Blige.
Mary, what the fuck? Like, come on.
That's easy.
I fuck with Mary.
Mariah got
Mariah,
mad
but
fire, but Mary
Mary
J.
J,
Blige
yeah.
just settles in my heart. I literally was talking about this with my man yesterday. Like, yo, Mary got mad fire.
Yo, OD.
Wildfire. Mariah got mad fire too.
do.
She got that's a
She does.
but you know what? I just
But
feel
Mary
like
J.
Mar-
Blige-
I feel Mary.
Mary,
I feel that pain.
I feel like Mary is just a little bit more. I don't want to say cultured because that's not the right word. She just
down to earth.
she just resonates with us
Yeah,
more. Like she just resonates with us
She's more like quote unquote hip hop.
yes.
She's still R&B.
Mariah Carey's like, she's teetering. I don't know what
She's like pop R&B ish.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she gives me more pop than she gives me R&B. But I'm not gonna take that from her.
Okay, Maya or Ashanti?
Shanti.
Ashanti. That's easy.
That's easy for me. I'm sorry.
All right, well I'm done.
Wow.
Shout out to Maya though, cause she's mad fire now.
Bad.
Crazy. You know what's so
OD.
crazy too? Sade really still look the same. It's like,
I haven't seen a picture of Sade.
yo, Black really does not crack is sick.
Come on, why would you even reference that? That's like everybody that knows me knows that's my number one artist. Sade. I fucking love Sade. I love Sade so much. Girl, if
I
you
do
ever
like-
see me, like, you know, just give me a hug. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna give you.
Really, you would cry? It's
I
like-
no, it's not that serious. I'm not
do
gonna
you
cry.
feel like it's an artist that if you saw you, like fanned out? And I'm not talking about like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like you just like excited. You
Like,
don't
you
gotta
just, like-
show it.
Nah, I met somebody. It was like the first artist I met where I was like, oh shit, my heart was racing. Fuck. It wasn't
They weren't that
it was
captivating.
Maxwell.
Ooh.
Niggas met Maxwell.
So
niggas
y'all
in
just
the
gonna bring
spotlight.
two of my faves in the same episode. I think I would have probably like been like starstruck with Maxwell because there are people that their music resonates with me. Like I just love their music.
Yeah, we took a selfie. I gotta find it. I was like, yo, can we get a picture? He was like, nah, I got y'all, and took it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think
That's
I
a
have a
good
problem.
meet.
It is.
I don't think I ever really met an artist for real.
It was like a fashion
I haven't like every time I see somebody like I know, I be forgetting their name. I don't know why it is. I remember one time this guy was in the
getting starstruck.
It's not no, it's just like what I know he's famous, but I just can't remember his name right now. What's his name again? Like
Because if I see Denzel, I'm like, my man, Denzel.
you see,
Nah,
no, but
if
there's certain people. The
Denzel,
one
I'll
person
probably
that I
wild
did
out
do
too.
that
I
to,
think
he
I'd
was
be
white.
fan-
I probably wild out too if I
It's
see
like, yo, this
Denzel.
nigga's too fire. Like,
Yeah.
Will, yes, but something about Denzel.
Yeah, something about
Yeah,
Denzel.
because I grew up in a house with like all women, so like Denzel was like a staple in my crib. My mother loved
Yeah,
Denzel, my
like-
sisters loved Denzel.
That is true. Okay, so like, because I feel like growing up, it was more Chestnut.
Yeah, my oldest sister OD loves Morris Chestnut.
It's
too.
like either Denzel or
should add him
Morris
to
Chestnut.
my
That
AKAs.
was like the.
Or Boris
Black-
Kojo. Bitches loved Boris.
You think so? I
Yes.
don't think he had as much juice as Denzel.
No,
and
not as much juice, but I'm
Morris.
just saying bitches loved. They just loved him because he
Boris
was
Kojo?
bald, looking all handsome and
He's
shit.
not, like he's cute and all, but he doesn't like. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what it
Did you see
is?
how he felt? Like, he said, like, yo, shout out to Maya because Maya's fire. I don't feel that. Like, I feel like he looks
I
good,
feel
but
you.
it's not
he looks good for an older man.
now he's an older man.
I mean, he's older than me.
Now
He's not an old man.
I mean, like
you see, I didn't say he
his
was
40s,
a
right?
grandpa. He's just
I think
old.
so.
He
What is
definitely
considered old?
He definitely got 15 years on me. Definitely got 15 years.
What's
on me.
considered old? Like, at this age, because we're all in the same
Old-
age
old-
bracket.
old
What
is
old?
old
Is it
is a
50? Is it 60?
I don't know
Is it
what
80?
old is because
To you.
to me,
Like, to you, what is it?
To me, what is old? Right.
I don't want to say old is anything because, like, shit. When I get 60, I want nobody to call me fucking old. Like,
I mean,
Might
but you're
be
gonna be
old,
old.
I'm gonna be old. though.
60 is old.
60 is kind of like
old.
older. Let me use that. Older.
50
Maybe
50 is
retirement.
old.
50. I think 50 and up is old.
Yeah. I couldn't run down on a woman that was like 50.
That's what I'm saying. Would you date somebody that's
But is it-
significantly
so-
younger than you? Like, say you was 50, would you date
Who's
somebody
50?
that's
Like,
30?
would you bag
Yeah.
Taraji?
Yeah. I would. How old is she?
She's 50.
Oh
She
yeah.
look good though.
Great.
You know what it is though? Like now, like with skincare and all type of
Come
shit, like people
on.
just look good. So
Great. Looking fucking great. Like, I'm just
Word.
like, come on, man.
you
Like,
be 50 and they just usually be like, oh, that's what 50 looks like.
Would you date an older woman though?
he just
Yeah.
said he would bag Taraji. Like,
But hold up. It's Taraji or Tara who work at USPS.
I mean, it's a
You know what I'm
difference.
saying? Like,
It's a difference. I mean, they still gotta be attractive.
yeah.
Okay.
You see, like, Bernice is not 50, but nigga,
nah, I don't know what
I don't know-
Bernice is.
I don't
but
know what she's
She's
on.
an alien.
She's definitely like 40, I think.
like
40.
that's
she's
crazy.
40
Like,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 40 something, but I think
She
like,
looks great.
How dare
does.
you be this fine, bitch?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Like, how?
I'm so sorry that
Maybe she looked different in person. I don't know, but on the
Nah, I
gram,
really
she
think
looked
she's
crazy.
still fire,
She looked
though.
mad
I think
good.
she looks fire in general.
Because I used to follow her on Snapchat. Like when
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat first came out, this was
Mm-hmm.
before like really all the filters you were able to really do. And like I'm just like, yo, you just fine, girl. Like,
Damn.
how?
God, I just hope I'm that fine when I get older. But y'all, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Oh, that's it?
Yes,
Well,
girl.
damn, girl.
That's-
We've
yo,
been
thank y'all for
it's a
having me.
vibe. But it's a
Thank you,
vibe.
thank you,
But
thank
thank you guys for tuning in. Do
Oh,
you
wait,
have
hold on a
any?
minute. Did you?
I was gonna say, do you have anything you want to drop? Anybody you want to shout out?
Yo, shout out my mom, man. I made it. We on TV. Nah, I'm joking.
Literally, you are on TV. Like,
Yeah, so Day Party, the official music video and song is out. Day Party by Cyrese.
Okay. Where can they find that?
You can find that on any streaming service,
Okay.
anywhere. It's everywhere.
Spell
YouTube.
Cyrese so they know.
Yeah, Cyrese, Cyrese. Tyrese with a C.
Okay.
It's easy. It's easy.
any handles you want to drop or?
Yeah, and you can follow me at Wavybabyrese on everything. That's Wavy, WAVY, baby, BABY, Reese, RESE on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. All social medias.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we got to join you at another party one of these days.
And
Yo, yeah. So if y'all want to come to a party, just let me know. We doing one this weekend. culture clash. So it's all dancehall, all soca, Afro beats,
I could do that.
and like a little bit of
Saturday?
hip hop.
This is
Yes,
in
Saturday
Williamsburg?
night. Yeah, at Shemansky.
Okay, cool.
We could do that.
Plug in Shemansky. Y'all never say I didn't do nothing for y'all.
All right.
Thank you guys. You guys will be back in 2 weeks.